little early, everybody. How's everyone doing? It's kind of like a little bit of a pre-show. I'm waiting for some people to get on here. Got 0 people right now. Makes me feel like absolute shit. But yeah, if you when you do tune in, well, I don't even know why I'm talking right now because nobody is here. Let's see how long it takes. But right now, you are on episode 3 of the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream for February 3rd, 2021. What's up, Dan? If you're on right now, people, all right, so this is the 3rd day in a row that I am doing this live stream. And I'm trying to make it grow, people. What up, Bluegill McGillicuddy? Ronald Morrison's in here. Hey, I really appreciate that, Ronald. Like, right now, this is the best that I have ever been when it comes to being in physical shape right now. So, thank you. I really appreciate you noticing that. But listen, I've talked about this before. Right now, pretty much for the most part, whenever I've been doing any online content, I've had a terrestrial radio station to be able to plug what I'm doing online. You know, when I was with Bubba, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this. Well, you talked about it on the air a lot. I got into a lot of trouble because I was posting a lot of stuff on my social media page, and he wanted a lot of that stuff. And you know what? I really cannot blame him for wanting to do that because I'm getting paid by him. So I don't want anybody to think like I'm being upset or I'm disgruntled because he wouldn't let me do that. No, it's not a Furby mic. This is a mic screen, and it just makes it sound so much better to be able to use this. I'm trying to create a mic stand, trying to think I could do that. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I like everybody on Bubba's show. I don't want to get into the whole Bubba thing. I don't want people to think that this is all my live stream is going to be about talking about that. I've actually have kind of prepped for this now because with my new schedule, people, I'm getting up. All right, so let's start from the beginning. For the longest time, I was doing 7 days a week. I went almost 4 or 5 months straight of doing a show. Hey, the 3 people that are in here, if you could share it on any of your social media. Oh, we got 4 now. I know that I started a little bit early, but you know me. I need it now. I need it now. I need it now. But I'm no longer doing the show 7 days a week. Do you have to leave the Hobo Fish Camp? No, got lawyers involved. And I'm not talking any of the lawyers that I met from Tampa. Some of the ones that I knew here in Orlando, they helped me out. So as long as my parents want to stay here, I think that they're fine. But they're wanting to get out of here because the guy that's running the place is really not being fair. So they're wanting to get out anyways. But we have plenty of time. But I'm no longer doing the show 7 days a week. I'm only going to do the Tuddle Daily Podcast, the audio version, Monday through Friday. And I'm going to be able to get it done early. And then I want to start doing these live streams every single night. And I'm going to ask the same question again tonight because I want to fill it out. The first night that I did the stream is Monday. I did it at 8. And then yesterday I did it at 7. But had a pretty big following. I had a lot of viewing time. So I would like to hear from you. If you guys want to email me, tuddle@gmail.com, let me know what time works best for you guys. Because I know, see, that's the thing about podcasts is people could be listening anywhere, especially on YouTube. So I don't want to cut out all of the people that are in other time zones not being off of work. Because like I told you yesterday on the stream, Wichita, Kansas is one of my biggest markets when it comes to downloads outside of Tampa. And it is nice to interact. Yes, Dan, this is why I wanted to do this. And I also, listen, I want this YouTube live stream to be a way for you guys to learn more about me. I want to engage with the audience. So I kind of want it to be like an AMA. Ask me anything. And for the most part, you guys know that I share everything in my life. I mean, the day that I tried to harm myself, an hour and a half later, I talked about that stuff on the air. Do I have any pets? I have had a lot of pets. My first childhood dog was a basset hound. And I wish I had a picture right now, but his name was Lewis. And the only reason that I ended up getting this pet is Naomi married. Yes, Naomi is very married to a very, very powerful radio program director with iHeartRadio, Jack Bradshaw. Jack Bradshaw from the Jim Colbert Show, the Phillips File. I mean, if you've listened to Orlando radio, you know who Jack Bradshaw is. No, I'm glad that you bring that up. I was talking about this. I was reading this story. Okay, it was about a dog that the owner had died and stood guard over his body for about 3 or 4 days before anybody found the dead body. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's proof that pets love us. I don't believe that pets love us. I mean, they're loyal. They're very loyal, especially dogs. Cats could give two shits about us. But dogs, yeah. I mean, for some reason, Americans love dogs. But I really don't believe that pets actually love us. For real. I go on this website whenever I'm doing show prep to be able to find video and audio for the show. Crazyshit.com. What up, Anthony? Crazyshit.com. And once a week, they'll do a video compilation of animals fucking hate us. And they really, oh, my snake loves me. There's no way a cold-blooded reptile could ever love you. And I mean, that thing would eat you in a heartbeat. But animals, they really do. Animals do not. Like cats. If you die, like, say if a crazy cat lady, what are you saying? Look decent. No, I am outside. What up, Wags? Buddy, I miss you, Wags. Lighting. I'm actually in the clubhouse of the Hobo Fish Camp where they had the wedding at on Friday that I got paid to make a playlist of love songs. And then I ended up doing the photography. And I think I'm going to be able to post some of those pictures really soon because I didn't want to post those pictures because that is their personal lives. But I got to tell you, the pictures actually came out really well, and they actually threw me another big face Benjamin because I did such a great job. If you're in the chat room right now, if you can do me a favor, please, any questions, ask me anything right now. I will take them. But back to what and also share if you could. I'm trying to get a lot of people in here. I'm trying to get people. I was just monetized, so I'm trying to do more YouTube content, trying to get that income coming in. Oh, and I've also got some great sponsors. I got a great meeting with a sponsor that I think is going to mean a lot of money to the Tuddle Daily podcast, and I can't wait until after the interview to be able to talk to you guys about it. But back to what I was saying is that I really don't think animals love you because crazy cat ladies. How many stories have you guys heard of somebody dying, crazy cat lady dying, and part of her body was eaten because of the cats? My dad used to tell me stories all the time of farmers that would have heart attacks in pig pens. And those mother effing pigs would eat every single thing. Yeah, get that YouTube monies. Thank you, Bluegill. I'm glad we're on the same page. But yeah, pets really they count on us for food. I always had this thing though. I don't know about you guys. Why do dogs? Because when I had this problem, my basset hound Lewis, forever like he slept all the time, but god damn it, every time my parents would leave the house, because we've all been there. If you were a teenage boy growing up, the first thing you did as soon as your parents left was, hell yeah, I'm gonna get like a couple hour jack off session, gonna be able to masturbate a little bit. And every single hey, thank you, Michael Warren, Tuddle Nation. But every single time the dog would be sleeping. But when I was getting ready, when I would, and this is back in the day when we didn't have like hardwired cable, we had to dial up through the phone system. And I don't know if the Basset Hound Lewis just would hear that fax machine sound when your computer was trying to connect, and he would come in there. And you know how hard it is to masturbate when a dog is just staring at you, especially a basset hound. Yeah, it's a little awkward. It really, really was, and that happened all the time. So you know what? I mean that actually maybe modem bod, yeah, modem bod, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is maybe pets do love us. Maybe he was coming in there to give me some moral support, trying to get me done quicker. Who knows? But what I'm trying to say is the pets will eat you any single chance that they get. Guys, make sure you go, if you haven't checked out the podcast yet. Today's podcast, I talked about a news story, and I was kind of making jokes about this. I was in a little bit of a mood, and I said the comment, I woke up on the wrong side of the shock jock bed today because I was just trying to be as offensive as I could during that first segment. But the story that I was talking about was this musical family. You can tell that these people are hippies or hipsters, the progressive type people, whatever you want to call them now. But they ended up recording an album of their fetus inside the woman's womb. Now, my first question was, how did you mic that up? Did you put some mics on the belly or something? Or did you have to like lube up a omnidirectional mic and get it up in there? For real. And how much is a fetus going to be able to do? And not even keep talking. I'm almost there. Man, thank you for joining me tonight, Wags. But how many of these childhood stars or musicians have we heard about that were actors or TV actors, musicians, whatever it may be, that have grown up just to have a horrible adult life? I mean, they can't get anything right. I mean, look at him, Rick Schroeder. I mean, but he did have a little bit of a comeback. Macaulay Culkin, I don't know. Macaulay Culkin is looking really, really rough. Look at Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore had to basically divorce her parents because they were so horrible. Corey Feldman is another one. So what is going to happen to this kid in this album? I mean, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to give up when it comes to creating content. And this is another thing I talked about, and I'll get to it in just a few seconds. But I can almost guarantee you this fetus, yes, I'm kind of hot on the deal as well, too. But I can almost guarantee you the fetus is going to be bigger than anything that I've ever done. And what does a fetus know? What I mean, are they really trying? Are they being creative? I want to hear, and the only reason I want to hear this album is because I'm an audiophile. I want to hear what the acoustic sounds like when you're recording inside of a womb. And this is another thing I talked about, and this is another example of trying to shock jock. But I got to tell you, if it sounds good, why are we not taking these hysterectomies? There's a lot of women that are getting hysterectomies and then just lining the inside of a studio with a woman's uterus. Come on, I mean, it would make perfect sense. I mean, you'd have to keep it really, really cold in there and stuff. But check out the rest of the discussion on the Tuddle Daily Podcast, episode 326. Tell as many people hysterectomy ASMR. You're like, yeah, we're getting the mic all set up. Maybe that's what I should start doing. I should start doing ASMR live streams. Because that's the key to ASMR. You want to have a little bit of a wet mouth. Oh yes, yeah, okay. I'm glad you bring that up. This dude. Now, the first time I had ever heard of a face transplant was that woman that got her face ripped off by Travis the chimp. The one that they were giving Xanax to every single day. Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of had it coming to you for real. I don't think people realize how strong those chimps are. But this guy recently, he had new hands put on. And I forget exactly how he lost his hands and had a new face put on. Now, let me ask you this. Would you? Okay, so say you could get a pair of hands and you were in need of them, and they told you, "Hey, if we don't put new hands on you in the next week, you're never going to have hands again." And then some professional athlete, somebody that's got great. All right, how about this? They say one of the greatest catches in NFL history was that one-handed catch that Odell Beckham Jr. caught when he was playing for the Giants. So if you're a Caucasian and they come to you and it's like, "Oh man, Odell Beckham Jr. died in a violent car crash, and these are only hands you can get," do you take them? I mean, do they have to match? Or are you not in the place to be picky right now? Because I'm telling you right now, those would be a great set of hands to have. I mean, they might not match, but I got to tell you, that would also be a great conversation starter if you walked up and you're like the nerdiest guy like me, for example, and you walk up and you got African-American hands. Oh, not only just African-American hands, you have Odell Beckham Jr.'s hands. Like, I mean, you would almost have to think that Odell Beckham Jr. has like more feeling in his hands. Maybe Odell Beckham Jr., when he feels boobs, are actually feeling better than most people. So what I would like to hear from you, and I'm wanting to cross promote from this live stream to the show. If you guys would like to, yeah. Oh man. See, yes, you're right. You're right. And I'll get to that. But I would like to hear from you. If you guys could leave me a voicemail, everything is confidential. And I would like to play that on the Tuddle Daily Podcast, the audio version, the next day. And I'll set it up. I'll talk about what I talked about on this stream. And then I would like to play your voicemails because I want more listener interaction because my downloads are there. It's just right now I cannot take any live phone calls. So if you guys would love to leave me a voicemail, you can easily do that. 407-270-3044. Once again, that is 407-270-3044. And like I said, even if you hate me, and this is the one thing that I did get from Bubba. If you hate me, the people that hate me, I mean, you're going straight to the front of the line. I don't want any of you guys to think that I'm going to play. Yep. 407-270-3044. So even if you want to call it, like tomorrow, I already have a voicemail lined up for tomorrow's show. somebody was talking about how I start and stop all the audio. Now, I probably most likely picked that up from Bubba because I remember all the time that people would just bitch and complain that Bubba wouldn't let audio play out. He would start and stop it. Everybody would lose their place when it came to that. So maybe I picked that out from him, but I'm gonna play that voicemail tomorrow because the guy was like, "Listen, I mean, you are just interrupting too much," and I got that during my interviews because I would like feedback. Unlike any of these other radio hosts, I'm not gonna get mad. I want your suggestions because I'm working for you guys. I'm in the business of trying to get the biggest audience that I can. So I want your feedback. Leave me a voicemail. But I would like to hear whose hands and face would you like? And you can mix them up. Doesn't have to be the face and the hands from the same person. Maybe you want like Odell Beckham Jr.'s hands and then maybe like a Matthew McConaughey or a Brad Pitt or something. I would love to hear from you. 407-270-3044. Leave me a voicemail. I will play it on tomorrow's show. But I was talking about Odell Beckham Jr. And like I don't know if you can actually search on Twitter of who has you blocked or not. But one of the random guys that is a sports commentator, or I think it might be in the news, commented on something, and it was a great comment. The comment he had, but I couldn't see the tweet that he was replying to. And I was like, I don't know what this is about. I first off, I thought that maybe the tweet was deleted, and then when I clicked on it, it was like, oh, you're blocked. I was like, who the hell blocked me? Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan, from the New York Giants, the same Michael Strahan that was on Kelly Ripa, the same Michael Strahan that's on Good Morning America, the same Michael Strahan that's on Fox Sunday NFL Countdown. And I could not even remember if I had ever tweeted anything to Michael Strahan. And then somebody that follows me on Twitter, I guess that they searched it because I can't search it. Yeah, I have better teeth in. I don't know. I mean, he's got big teeth, but he does have that gap going on. But one of my followers sent me the tweet, and it was when I was talking to Eric Weber, and this was right after Eric Weber left or TV. And I made the joke. I was like, oh, man, how the hell does Michael Strahan get a job in broadcasting when Eric Weber is not working? And I guess that was the only tweet that I have ever sent or even mentioned Michael Strahan in. I don't even know if I put at Michael Strahan. But I guess that got me blocked. And I don't know. I know a lot of people like to block. But, I mean, I'll take a screenshot. I'll go on my settings and everything on my Twitter account. None of my I do mute, but I ended up getting rid of all the muting as well too. So nobody is blocked. Nobody is muted on my account. Seth, yeah, Seth, he probably did. He was like, "Hey, Gap 2 Strahan." You know that guy Tuddle that said that Eric Weber should be on Good Morning America instead of you. Yeah, can you block him? I've already blocked him off of all of the Bubba the Love Sponge Show official social media accounts. I'm not blocked on Twitter because, unfortunately, Bubba's not on Twitter right now. But, I mean, seriously, guys, I know, like, I shouldn't let it bother me. But you know who that is, right? We all know who blocked me on those social media accounts. And what? Hold on. How's it going with the owner of the fish camp? All right, I'm going to get to that. But first off, what type of smart business decision is it to block people? Seriously, I mean, for real. Aren't you kind of limiting your audience? I am an Orlando downloader, and sure, you have plenty of them. Yeah, thank you, Anthony. I'm glad that you bring that up. and I need to figure out what's going on there. I don't know, but my analytics every single day, whenever because with my mental issues, my OCD, ADHD, that it's the first thing that I check every single morning is how I did the night or the previous day. And I look at it, and those numbers are pretty good, but like I'm just wondering what they could be like, because I can actually see the cities that are actually checking me out, and Orlando does not even register. And that is impossible. It is. It is virtually impossible. I mean, for example, John and Chris from the guys from Funny to Informing, I know for a fact that they listen to my show, and they both live in Orlando. So, I mean, am I getting those numbers and it's just not showing up? Because I really got to know, because I really do think my numbers could be a lot bigger. And you got to realize, guys, it's just the beginning of February. And I got to look at the exact date of when I did my first show. I did number 326 today, and it's the beginning of February. So I'm sure that I will get to 365 before I even get to a full year. So I want to do something special for the 1 year anniversary. I did something for the 100th show that I did, and now, like, I got to 200, I got to 300. I really didn't do anything special for that. And I wish this goddamn pandemic wasn't going on, because I would love to throw a great party here at the Hobo Fish Camp. How badass would that be? I mean, if we're already gonna get thrown out of here, what would it be like if, like, I got I don't even know. I the first band I thought of was the Supervillains. I can't get SoFlo because I think SoFlo is all broken up. But, like, say if I got the Supervillains or something, to be able to come out here and play, and then had a bunch of people here as guests. I mean, the guy is already pissed at me right now, so I really don't see what it would hurt. Is there a different company you could choose? No, I'm not. Like, look, I'm really really happy with my hosting site. If any of you guys, and I don't want anybody to think like I'm talking shit about them, but Podomatic, I am a partner with them. If you see that I tag them in every single post that I do, and I'm gonna have, I think, one of the big wigs on the show soon to talk about that. I got a lot of great guests lined up, and I'll get to that in a few minutes. But somebody had asked how the owner of the fish camp is doing. Now, I want to get your advice here, and you can leave it here on the chat, or you can leave me a voicemail. I'll get to it on the regular show, or you can email me, tuddle@gmail.com. But you guys know, like, I haven't really gotten along with the guy that owns the Hobo Fish Camp very well lately. I mean, he did call the cops on me, and I really didn't do anything wrong. I didn't. He wouldn't let me use the Wi-Fi, and now that's the other thing that's going on. It's going around. He's telling everybody that the reason they don't have Wi-Fi is because of me. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, do you realize that all the old people here, they didn't even know how to get onto the Wi-Fi? I had to tell them. I had to help them. I had to help them log on to the goddamn Wi-Fi. So nobody would have been using it anyways if it wasn't for me. Yeah, he is trying to force us to move, but I just don't see how that's possible. My parents have been here for almost 13 years. They've never missed a month of rent. And I'll get out of here. I mean, I can, but right now I really don't think that I can, because my dad had a kind of nasty spill the other day, and I'm trying to get him back in shape. I mean, the cold weather does not agree with him. Like, I mean, he was getting outside every single day, exercising, and then when it got cold, oh man, it's like he almost went into hibernation. So I'm trying to get him back into fighting shape, and then maybe I can get out of here. But who knows? But what the reason I'm talking about that is that even though, like, he doesn't like me right now, I'm outside in front of my parents' fifth wheel working out I work out twice a day. I get the show done early, and then I do my first workout, then record some other stuff, and then get ready for the stream, and then work out after this. But every time he drives by, he's got this Jeep. And I swear to God, it sounds like he's never changed the oil in it because it's just tat, 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 tat. It's knocking like a mother effer. And I think he might be deaf. And I don't think anybody's ever told him. So, like, should I say, hey, man, you might want to put some oil in your Jeep there? Or do I just let it blow the fuck up? Because see, I'm a very empathetic guy. I like to do nice things, but like, you know what? I'll give you another example. Okay, he drives this tractor around all the time. Peel your top off, Tud. Show us the results of all that working out. No, it is too cold. If you go to my Instagram page, and I always feel like a douche when I do it, but I've even made more gains now. Like I've stepped up my workout. I'm eating a lot more healthier. And you know, when I get ready, when I am in the top shape that I can be in, I'm going to oil down. I'm going to like shave everything down, and I'm going to do a pose down out by the water. I'll wait till the summertime. Because right now, like, listen, I have abs. I have a six pack, but I do have a little bitty pouch underneath the belly button. Yeah, I do have the V shape. No, I'm not bullshitting you. Like, I do have those like that V muscle that all the women talk about on like Ryan Reynolds, or you know, when he was Deadpool in that horrible X-Men movies. Everyone's like, "Oh man, did you see that V shape?" I have that right now, but what I'm trying to say is like I still have that one. And guys, it's gonna take me a while because I don't think you guys realize how much damage, how much I didn't give a fuck about what I was putting into my body, what drugs I was taking for the longest time. So I had a lot of work I had to do. I did. And I had to take it slow. I really did. I had some setbacks. Not when it comes to drinking. Semper Fi Vulture. Yeah, if you guys don't know this, I talked about this yesterday, but man, I don't know why more radio guys, even if they have no radio experience, if you want a guy to run your office, keep everybody in shape, pay attention to detail, and you can learn the radio stuff as you go. You might not have a big Rolodex, but man, Vulture keeps me in shape. Not in like physical. I mean, like he makes sure all the stuff behind the scenes is done for me. And the only thing that I got to worry about is the content that I'm doing for you guys. So it's made my life a lot easier. As well as Josh Kale. I got that right, Vulture. Did you see Lummy Investigates? Are you talking about the one with Dr. Dan? Because I did watch that, and I got thoughts on that. Matter of fact, thank you for bringing that up. Because I am going to break down that video tomorrow on the show. Could you imagine it just being honest? Like I said, I'm not trying to S my own D or anything, and I'm not bashing anything that Lummy did. I thought it was good. Now, there were some questions I would have asked. Let's be honest. Did he ask any questions that could have been problematic? No, he didn't. And I will, but yeah, thank you for that idea, because I'm going to break down that video, and I'm not going to rag on Lummy. I'm just going to tell you where I would have went with the interview. Because trust me, it would have been uncomfortable. But I also live in the world of uncomfortableness. I like it. I think that's why I like The Office. Yes, I am a weirdo. No, I'm not going to debate you on that. But I think that's why I like The Office so much, because there was so many there were so many uncomfortable moments in the TV show The Office. But yeah, I'll go back and listen to that tonight. Pull some audio and break that down on episode 327 of the Tuddle Daily Podcast. What else did I want to talk? Oh, that was the other thing. As you can see, I have a horrible time growing a beard. This is like a 5 days worth of growth, and it's always patchy. It really is. But there's a couple of ways to look at that, and I'm not claiming my dad to be a scientist or anything, but what I'm trying to say is that he makes a great point. Yeah, if you look at a lot of guys that have hairy bodies, they're the ones that go bald for the most part. I'm not saying every single hairy guy that has a lot of body hair goes bald, but for the most part, if you see a guys that don't have a lot of facial hair, don't have a lot of body hair, they really never lose their hair. And that's the case. My dad's got a full head of hair. It is gray. But I've noticed, and you really can't see it in this video, that I do have a few gray hairs growing in my face. And it really doesn't bother me that much. But do you want to know what is kind of concerning? And I talked about this, and if you haven't listened to the episode, I have been dealing with a little bit of the start of a hernia. It's on the left side of my growing there, and I got this bald patch on the left side of my pubic mount. What the fuck is that about? It's a little concerning. I do have a doctor's appointment coming up because I'm like, ooh. First thing I thought of, especially with people in Trailer Park Tuddle, people with mental issues, bipolar, manic depressive, OCD, ADHD like myself, the first thing you think, oh, I got cancer. I got testicular cancer. That's it. I'm going to die. Dustin Diamond. Yeah, Dustin Diamond just died at 44. But let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, back to childhood stars like I was talking about earlier, the dude had some issues. Worked the trailer park. Yeah, I will, but see, that's the thing. It's a little too dark right now. I mean, it gets really, really dark. Maybe I can do one during the day and kind of give you guys a little bit of a tour. Maybe stop and do some man on the street stuff with some of the people. I mean, any suggestions? I would love to hear from you. Like, if there's something like man on the street or a topic you want me to cover or a news story you think is interesting, you can email me tuddle@gmail.com. Yes, I'm asking you to do my show prep for me. If you see a story that is near and dear to your heart and you want to hear me discuss it or maybe promote it, send it to me. I mean, I'm constantly recording throughout the day. And I know I've gotten these comments now too from people that Tuddle, you got no more juice. Done. Timothy Lewis, yeah, I might be, buddy. Trying to get all the squeeze out of the juice since you're mentioning juice. So Timothy, what do you want? Instead of telling me how much I suck, that you what do you want to discuss? Ask me a question, Timothy. Pop, get that hernia mesh. It's really not that bad. See, I went to the doctor and he was like, you're fine. I mean, just don't overdo it right now. You should be good. I'm like, doc, I'm going to get this stuff done. And I'm still never used to, because I remember, you got to remember, even though I'm a nerd, I want you to be the man in. Can you resend that so I can understand it? Okay. Listen. I cannot decipher your hieroglyphics of speech. What is art tweet? Street O-Town. Okay, yeah. I mean, I can do that. Email me. Give me your suggestions. I would love to do that. I already lost my place now. What the fuck was I talking about? What was I would love to do a show with Trace. I thought me and Trace did some good stuff together. I thought me and him worked very, very well with each other on the after show. We were doing that shit 5 days a week. A lot of people were tuning in. You can see the numbers, the amount of phone calls we were getting. I mean, I can't get over to Tampa all the time, but I would do some stuff on Zoom. Trace is more than welcome. Matter of fact, I'm gonna text him tomorrow and ask him, hey, do you want to come on the show? Can you do Zoom? Come on in. Would love to have him. When you and Trace were on Buds and Tuds, funniest radio ever. Yes, I mean I will get out to Orlando. See, but that's the thing about it right now. Not a lot of people are going to be cool with me sticking a microphone in their face. If you were a soprano, would I have a guma? Man, it's funny you bring that up. Me and my dad, me and my pops, we just restarted watching The Sopranos from season 1. And it's been so long. I mean, I still remember some of the big plots, and there's a lot of stuff I also don't remember. Now, do you want to know what I'm really, really excited about? And I don't know if you guys have heard about this yet, is that they are doing a prequel about Tony growing up, and it's going to focus on see, that's also the other thing. Why are all these TV shows doing young versions of themselves? I mean, they got young Sheldon, now they got young Rock, and now they're going to have young Tony Soprano growing up with his dad and Uncle Junior running the streets there. I think it would be interesting. I mean, there are so many television shows and movies that I would like to see a backstory on. I would. Talk Shannon Burke, total insight. Okay, I don't think I mentioned Shannon Burke one time here, but there are so many of those TV shows out there that I would like to see the backstory on, or a prequel, whatever you want to call it. I just recently got into I'm a sucker for crime dramas and stuff, and Dick Wolf, he's the creator of Law and Order, SVU, Law and Order, Criminal Intent, and all the Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire. I mean, that's not very creative. Hey, what can we do? Can we kill 3 birds with one stone? Oh, yes. Let's cover all 3 frontline supporters in Chicago. But Chicago PD is good. I love it. And I would love to see a backstory of Chicago PD with Hank. If you don't know, Hank's the main character, and Al and the old broad that works the front desk, because they all know each other very, very well. I would like to see what happened behind the scenes. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to see live PD anymore. Yeah, I know a lot of people were hating on cops and stuff, but I absolutely loved that show. When you know that they would get rid of it as soon as they started filming in Volusia County. Todd, Shannon Burke scoop. I don't have any scoop on Shannon Burke. I haven't talked to Shannon in a while. It's been a minute since I've talked to Shannon, so I wouldn't know any inside information to be able to give you. But yeah, I was so excited when Live PD was going to come to Volusia County, because Sheriff Mike Chitwood. Sheriff Mike Chitwood is the man. I know everybody is on Grady Judd's tip of being the best sheriff in Florida. No, not even close. Chitwood is more of a man, better at his job. I'm not saying Grady's not good at it, but my favorite is Sheriff Mike Chitwood. And they got a great YouTube page. If you just search, what up, Purple Jersey? George Hoff, I hadn't heard from you in a while, buddy. How are you? But Volusia County Sheriff's Office has a YouTube page. And if you want to see some great entertainment, just search on YouTube, Volusia County Sheriff's Office, and they put up so much body cams, helicopter cams, high speed chases, and Chitwood does not put up with it. Yeah, you've been very busy. That's good, George, because when it comes to having a social life, I really have not had that during this pandemic. I mean, I've gone out, I've met people. I'm going out this weekend with somebody, and I'm really, really excited about it. But for the most part, all I've been doing is working, taking care of my parents, trying to make some money. Like I tell everybody, I am the busiest unemployed person that you're ever going to see. Timothy, what dirt do you want? What do you want to know about Shannon? I mean, the stuff that I know about Shannon is stuff that you already know. So I don't know what I can give you. I'm not gonna dry snitch on anybody. I mean, the old Tuddle would have done stuff like that, but I'm not doing that now. I want to get along with everybody. I don't want to burn bridges. I don't want to have enemies. It's probably why I'm unemployed right now. Bubba Crap Spice. Oh, there's definitely some stuff that I could give you when it comes to the Bubba stuff, any of the controversy around Bubba stuff, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to give you the stuff that I know because I just, it's not a cool thing to do. It's not. Even though like it was kind of crappy the way that I was fired and stuff, but no, I'm not going to give up any of that dirt. And trust me, I know some really, really good stuff that would actually hurt a lot of people. If I'm just being honest, some of the stuff that I know, if I it would be a big shitstorm all around Tampa. I know a lot of stuff in Orlando. So, yeah, I'm just not going to do it. Because they did trust me. So, yeah, I'm just not going to do it. Would it be great radio? Would it be great for my YouTube channel or my podcast? Yes, of course. It would be absolutely fantastic. Would it get me publicity? Yes, it would get me a ton of publicity, even to the point that it might make some of the TV news stations. But I'm just not going to do it. It's not worth it. Because I'm still friends with a lot of those people. I'm not going to deny what Bubba did for me in my radio career. Did it suck how it ended? Fuck it. Yeah, it fucking sucked. It's horrible. I mean, I have been having to scratch and fight for every single thing that I'm getting right now, and I'm constantly working. It's all I think about. I mean, you can talk to my producer Vulture. It's just he texts me, I text him. It's just a constant on the phone. My text messages are blowing up nonstop. You know how hard it is to record a podcast when you record it on your phone that people are actually calling? And it gets to the point that I have to put my phone on airplane mode just to be able to finish a segment for my podcast. And yes, a lot of you guys, a lot of people are like, oh, you got to spend a lot of money on equipment. It's not the case. I will put the sound of my show up against any of the other podcasts out there, and they have all the equipment in the world. And I'm doing it on an iPhone, not even a current iPhone. It's an iPhone 8. And then this stand that the phone's on, it is a $5 tripod that I got from the Dollar General a couple of weeks ago. And then this microphone, one of the best investments that I have ever put out there. It's a directional mic, just like the microphones you're going to see in Bubba's studio. And then it used to like plug into the lightning connection on the phone. And then I decided to get a cable so I could actually get the microphone close to my face. Now I just need to figure out a mic stand. So I'm getting the wrap-up signal from my producer, Vulture. I want to thank all of you guys for joining me tonight. This has actually been the best night of the live stream so far when it comes to what I'm trying to do now. I'm going to try it at 7 o'clock, but I want your suggestions. What time is best for you guys? 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 6? Let me know. Email me, tuddle@gmail.com, or you can leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. Check me out on all my social media. I'm not going to plug all of them. Just go to tuddle.net. Hey, guys, I want to thank every single one of you for helping me out, supporting what I'm doing, and sharing everything. Thank you, Kurtwood Jones. Hey, guys, I got to get out of here. Hope you guys have a great night. Love ya.